Hey guys, this is going to be the video for the Trunks in My Leader. So if some of you guys in the comment section have told me that I should do the deck list prior to actually doing the video for the gameplay video. So I took that with a grain of salt and I actually decided that would be a good idea. So I'm actually going to show you the list prior to playing it. So the leader right here on this on the Trunks in My has the activate main. So if you're going first, you're able to generate a +1 by discarding a Saiyan or Earthling from your hand. It doesn't have to be any color specific, but it does have to be one of those traits. You can play a My feature that's green with an energy cost of 1 from your deck. Then shuffle your deck. So the My's, let's look at the My's here. So My here says the Link of Hope. When this card is played, draw a card. So pretty simple, draw one card. It's pretty basic. But what this card differs in a lot of the cantrips is that it can rest itself if your leader is a green, both Trunks feature and My. So it's pretty much leader locked. And then you switch this card to rest mode and then play a Earthling token that has only 1k power and no combo power. So the idea of this deck is to be able to generate Earthling tokens, because this one also has the generation of the Earthling token. The only difference is this one looks at the top 5 for a Saiyan or Earthling cards that is both green with an energy cost of 4 or less. So ding ding ding, you can actually play the Defending Father Paragus and actually search for it with this My. So a lot of utility of this My being able to be used in even other leaders that use Defending Father Paragus. You can play her as a for 1 energy and then be able to search for your Defending Father Paragus. But in this deck, I recommend that you play the Defending Father Paragus because it is searchable. In addition to that, she searches pretty much all your other Saiyan cards in your deck, but we're not going to talk about that just yet. The Awakening condition, the only way to do so is to have 3 or more Earthling tokens. So the idea is to be able to play one of these My's on your first turn, rest her, generate 1 token, and then on the next turn, use the skill of Trunks and My, play another My, and then play 1 more energy to play another My, and then use those both to rest. And from there, you'll have 3 Earthling tokens. So in the course of 2 turns, you're able to awaken on the second turn. When you do awaken, you untap 1 energy and then draw 1. So it's a very old school untap 1, draw 1, and then you take life until you have 6. So very, very strong. Let's go to the backside of this. The backside of this makes it so that all of your green Saiyans, or if you have a green Saiyan in play, which you will most likely have, all of your Earthling tokens gain barrier. So this way, people can't use Secret Identity or any sort of board wipe on all of your tokens, because you'll need those tokens to generate advantage every turn. And the reason why I say you need to generate advantage every turn is because there are cards like Humanity's Hope in the deck where, let's read the Trunks here. So the Trunks here says, when this card switches one of the Earthling tokens to rest mode, when this card attacks, draw a card. So a lot of the Humanity's Hope cards, including the Vegeta, also have the same thing. When this card attacks, draw 1 card, switch one of your Earthlings to rest mode, and then you also have Goku as well. Draw when this card attacks, draw 1 card. But they all do different effects. So the Goku here is able to remove 2 markers off of Unison. The Vegeta here is able to KO a battle card that costs 5 or less on your opponent's side, and your Trunks here is able to combo a card from your drop area. So you have a way to be able to combo things from your drop area, filling up your Z energy, so you can play your Z battle cards. That's essentially what the idea is. And so if you keep them on the board every turn, then that means your Earthling tokens are going to be vulnerable to an attack. But if you keep generating them, or if you can protect them with barrier, then you have a higher chance of being able to use their rest abilities, all these guys' rest ability, to generate you a card draw every turn. So you're generating a lot of advantage on hand size already. And on top of that, the Frieza's Armor Healing Pod is really good because your leader is able to revive a green My from either your deck or drop area. So every time you attack with your leader, it plays a My from your drop area. So if they destroy the My or they KO the My on your opponent's turn, if they go after her by attacking her, well, lo and behold, if you do have the Frieza's Army Healing Pad, you're able to play the My out from the leader ability, draw a card or look at the top 5, and draw a card off the healing pot. So that generates you a +2 on the leader side. So archetypal wise, you're able to draw a lot of cards. So you're definitely going to see a lot of your 1-ofs if you decide to play 1-ofs. I made my deck to be pretty much conventional to show you guys what the deck does and to see what they all do. And then, of course, right around turn 3 and turn 4 is when you can play cards like Vegito. This Vegito here requires that you have 3 or more energy to Union Patora. So to play this, you have to overlay, you have to Patora a Vegeta Z battle card and a green Goku card. So the green Goku card right here is this one. This card, it can be played from Vegeta Fusion from the future. That is one of your Z deck Z battle cards. The Z battle card here, Vegeta Fusion in the future, is able to be played for 1, and then when you play him, then you get to play a Goku from your deck or drop area. So if you can't play a Mai for the turn using your leader ability to enable your Frieza Army Healing Pod, then you have the Vegeta here to be able to play a Goku from your drop area. Mind you that there's only 2 copies of Goku in this deck, so you won't be playing it from the drop most likely. So, but in the event that you do, then you can just play it. He also has the ability here to, when one of your Trunks feature cards with an energy cost of 8 attacks, your opponent discards a card from hand. So that's the turn 3 play. You play the Vegito. Let's go into what he does. When he's played, draw a card again. So a lot of drawing in this deck. Choose one of your opponent's battle card, KO it, and then this card gains barrier. So when I read this card, I skipped over that part, and then I thought that it ignores barrier, but it really just gains barrier. That's a little difference. He has double strike, has deflect, 20k, pretty good stats, and you're able to play for free, so you don't have to pay any energy to play this guy. But if you want to play your Vegito that's cost 7 from your hand in active mode, so after you swing with this guy, you can activate the main, pay the 2 red, or play the 2 green, and then be able to play the Vegito on top of this card in active mode. So this means that you're able to attack 20k and then attack for 25k using your other Vegito. If I can find him, here he is. So this Vegito here, if you don't want to pay the 2 energy, you can pay him for 3 energy on top of a Vegeta Z battle or a Goku, same as the other Vegito, except you have to pay 3. And this one has the ability to KO your opponent on attack every turn. And if you and your opponent have a total of 10 or more battle cards, then switch this card to active mode, and your opponent discards a card from their hand. So that's an activate once per turn. So this is able to attack twice, and then is also able to discard a card from your hand. Also has blocker, also double strike, also deflect. All the good keywords, great stuff. Okay, so that's you're going to be your turn 3 play. Turn 4 play, you're going to be able to play your Trunks. Your Trunks here come out for if you have 3 or more energy, but it comes out for 2 energy. And then what it does is that the next time you play a Z battle or Z extra from your battle area, reduces cost by 1. So this is going to enable some crazy combo plays. But this is going to be a staple for green because what it does is when it attacks, it chooses one of your opponent's battle card, ignoring barrier, and negating indestructible and KO it. Much like the show, if you guys watch the show, Trunks is able to KO Zamasu in real life because he's indestructible. But I digress. And then right here it says that if you have 4 or more energy, you can switch through your Earthlings to rest mode. This card gains +5 and triple strike. So why is this good? Well, it's good because if they activate the counterattack, then you don't have to rest the 3 Earthlings because activate battle. But there's a way to circumvent the counterattack, which is this card right here. This card can be reduced to one card or 1 energy using your Trunks ability to be able to, not the Trunks ability, the Trunks skill. So this Trunks skill right here, if you guys want to recall, is able to reduce the Z extra in your battle area by 1 if you do want to play it. So that means that if you do want to play this card, you can just pay it for 1. But you do need to pay the 2 Z energy to play it, and then this allows you to switch 3 Earthlings to rest mode during activate main. And then the next time your green feature Trunks with the energy cost of 8 attacks, this means that your opponent cannot activate counter. So this means that the counterattack will now pretty much be null and void for, 2 energy here, 1 energy here, and so a total of 3 energy. Your opponent's not going to be able to pretty much counter out the attack. And then you're gonna be hitting for 35 base, so this means you can combo really high. And since you draw a lot of cards, I'm pretty sure you're able to generate a lot of advantage. Okay, I think I've gone through all of it except for the Z battle card here. The Z battle card here is able to be play an Earthling token. So it's basically a generation for Earthling token. But it can also, when it attacks, when you have 4 or more Earthling tokens, KOs an opponent's battle card with energy cost of 3 or less, and it gains 11k power for the battle. So nothing special. Most likely you're not going to play it. It's okay, but you're most likely going to rely on these 1-drops. But that's the game plan for the deck. You also have an SCR. I also play the Cell Max because there's only 1 energy, and you're most likely going to be killing them on turn 4 plus 5, 4 and 5. So, and he's going to be a quadruple strike. So in the event that you can't clear your opponent using this card right here, they combo all their hand to stop this attack. Then you also have this guy to attack and win the game. All right, I forgot to read the rest of the leader ability. It says when this card attacks, play MI. But it also says that if you and your opponent have a total of 10 or more battle cards, so that means your board and your opponent's board, it's most likely going to happen because you have a lot of tokens and you're also spamming out a lot of cards. Then you're going to be able to generate a 10k power for the turn. In addition to this Goku right here, that gives your leader a +5 for the turn. You're also able to generate a +10, so this can hit theoretically for 30k base power when the conditions are right. Okay, so enough talking. We're going to go into the gameplay. I was hoping this explanation wouldn't take too long, but it's going to be an extra long video. So if you guys going to want to watch that, go right on ahead to watch the gameplay video. What's up, guys? This is going to be the gameplay video, so we're going to get right into it because we've already did a deck profile. And this is going to be our hand. We're going to mulligan here. We want to mulligan away our cards that we don't need for the purpose of the video. So we're going to put this card away, and we're going to keep our Trunks, keep our Goku to draw. And yeah, it looks like a pretty decent hand here. We're going to shuffle our hand and draw a card. Okay, so we're going to start the game off here. We're going to charge an energy here. So I think we don't need the Goku here because it's going to be a card that removes markers off unisons. So what we're going to do here is we're going to pay the 1 energy here to play the Mai. The Mai here is going to be able to look at the top 5 cards for a Saiyan. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to look for a 5 and play a Saiyan. We're going to add a Saiyan that we need. We're going to play this, we're going to add this Vegito here to our hand. And then from there, we're going to shuffle our deck. We're going to use the ability of our leader to be able to discard a Saiyan or an Earthling. We're going to discard the Vegito we just added here from our hand to the drop area. So put in the drop. And then we're going to play a Mai from our deck. So we're going to play this Mai here. This Mai here is able to... you know, because all these Mais have limit 1s, we want to be able to use the ability of activate main, limit 1 of each of them to generate us a token. But first, we're going to draw a card first. So that's going to generate us a +1. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to use the limit 1 of both of them. And then we're going to generate us both tokens. So to do that, we're going to use here. Okay, we have our Earthling token right here. And then since we generated 2 of them, by our next turn, if the Mai stick around, and even if they don't, we can use the leader to use the ability to again of playing the Mai from our deck. Okay, so let's say hypothetically that they instead of attacking with their leader to your leader, they're going to attack over the Mai just for the purpose of learning. So they're going to attack over the Mai here, and they're going to do their little cantrip, and they're going to pass. And then we're going to restand energy. We're going to charge the Cell Kamehameha just for the sake of learning our deck. Not sure if it's strategic not to do so or to keep it in our hand or not. So now we're going to use the Mai here to generate yet another token, and this is going to enable our awakening condition. But before we do that, we want to be able to spend at least the 1 energy here because we're going to be able to untap an energy. So what we're going to do is we're going to pay 1 energy to play this Trunks here. This Trunks, all the Humanity's Hopes cards have their cost reduced for every Earthling token on the board. So this way, since we have 3, and it can only be reduced a maximum of 3 anyways, because we have to pay the 1 green colorless, then we can play the 1 energy for this Trunks here. Okay, from there we're going to awaken here, or we can actually use the ability on the front side if we want. Looking at our hand, we kind of want to keep it anyways, but we could theoretically use the ability to generate a +1, so we're going to do it anyways. So we're going to discard the Trunks here because we will not be needing it right away, and then we're going to play the Mai. That lets us look at the top 5 cards because we want to see our combo plays. So yeah, so we're gonna look at the top 5 here, and then we're gonna look for maybe a Vegito, and we can look for, it looks like a Trunks is gonna show up first, so we're gonna add the Trunks or the Goku to our hand. So we're gonna add the Goku to our hand, we're gonna shuffle our deck, and then we have the Mai on board here. So we can generate another token here, but we don't need to because we do have the Trunks here to, the only Trunks here to be able to rest about a Earthling token. So we're gonna awaken here because now we have 3 Earthling tokens. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna awaken, and then we're gonna untap an energy and draw a card, and then take life until we have 6, which is really good because we can generate more advantage for tempo plays. Okay, with our 2 energy, we can do a lot of different things here. We could attack and then play our Mai, but what I want to do first is be able to see the healing pod. So if we can find our healing pod, that would be great. We're going to attack with the Trunks here, and the Trunks here is going to be able to rest one of the Earthling tokens to draw a card. And then we're going to combo a card from our drop that is a Saiyan with 5 cost, 5 combo power, and both mono green. So we're going to combo away one of the Trunks here for Trunks, and then we're going to put him in the Z energy so we can play more stuff later on in the game. From there, since we didn't draw the card yet, we're going to be able to play another card. So we're going to play a Vegeta here for 1 energy. The Vegeta here is the same as the Trunks here, except that he KOs a battle card. So if your opponent already has a battle card on turn 1, you can actually KO it. So you can attack, rest the Earthling token, and then draw a card. Hopefully we draw our healing pod, and we did perfect. So now we have our healing pod. So what we're going to do here is pay the 1 energy to play the healing pod. And then from there, we're going to swing with our leader here. And then the leader here is able to play a Mai with an energy cost of 1 from our deck or drop. We're actually going to play the 1 from our drop here so we can enable our healing pod. So our leader here doesn't actually draw a card, but judging by the number of battle card we have 3, 6, 8. So because we have 8 battle cards, we aren't able to get the plus 10, but we don't really need it anyways. Most likely our opponent's going to take it. But before we do that, we're going to draw cards with our healing pod, and then we're going to draw our card with a Mai. So already off to a really good start. We have a lot of tokens, Earthling tokens. We can actually generate more Earthling tokens by putting these cards to rest mode. So we're going to duplicate these cards, and then we're going to have more Earthling tokens to rest for the following turn. And so we'll need more for the future. No pun intended. Okay, so we've tapped out, and we've already generated a ton of battle cards, including the Earthling tokens. So if they want to go after these guys, most likely that's what's going to happen. We can actually combo to save them if we want to. If we don't want to, then we at least have copies to replace them. We do have a Goku and our Trunks in our hand to be able to place them for the next turn. Most likely that's what we're going to do instead of playing the Vegito, since we don't have the Vegito quite yet. So let's say instead of going for our leader, they're actually going to go after our battle cards in rest mode. So they're gonna take out the Vegeta because he's threatening to their battle cards, and they're gonna take out the Trunks, for example. Okay, so then our turn starts again. So we draw a card, and now we have a bunch of tokens here. So let's see what we're gonna do here. We're gonna keep the homicidal clones because we want to go from 5 to 4 in case they go after our battle cards. So what we're going to do here is we're going to charge. Let's charge this for the sake of learning. So what do we do at this point? We're most likely just going to do the same thing we did on turn 2, which is playing our Trunks here for 1 energy, and then be able to attack with it, resting an Earthling token, and then drawing a card, and then comboing away a card that we lost. So we're going to combo away this card. Okay, so now we have 2 Z energy, and so we could theoretically just pay the 1 Z to play our Vegeta, which is one of our Z battle cards here. So we're going to find him. We're going to find him, and then we're going to play him. This Vegeta right here is a card that plays Goku from our drop or deck. So let's see if we have one in our deck. Hopefully we don't. We have 1 more copy. And it looks like we do have 1 more copy, so we're going to play him. And then what this Goku does is that it gives our leader a +5 for the turn. So that's what we're going to do. So let's just put an indicator right here, and he's a +5. Additionally, you're able to draw a card if he's played from the hand, but we did not play it from the hand, we played it from the deck. So that's what we were able to do. Let's see if we can find a way to play our Vegito. Yeah, so we're going to find another copy of this Vegito so we can pay it for free by throwing these 2 away. So what we're going to do is we're going to swing on with our leader, and then our leader is going to play the Mai from either our drop or from our deck. So instead of attacking for this, we're actually going to combo one of the Mais away, and we're going to place the Mai straight to the drop. We're going to actually combo this Mai. And the reason why we want to combo this Mai instead of the drop, because we need to find our Vegitos. So this Mai is going to be in the drop area, and then when we attack with this one, we can actually play this card. What we're going to do first is we're going to draw first with the Mai ability, or with the healing pod, and then we're going to look at the top 5. So hopefully we'll be able to find our Vegito to make this deck more consistent, and lo and behold, we find our Vegito. Perfect. Okay, so we add this to our hand. So everything's going pretty well for us. Okay, so now we're going to Patora. We're going to overlay these 2 together and then play our Vegito on top. And then this Vegito here is able to draw a card and then KO one of our opponent's battle cards. And this card gains barrier. So that's what we'll do. He'll gain barrier for the turn. And then we'll swing in for 20 because why not? We're going to swing for 20. We don't have enough energy to pay for his ability to put a Vegito, even though we have the Vegito. So what we're going to do is we're going to pass here without it doing any much. I think we had 10 battle cards when we swung with this guy. So he actually swung in for 30. So already on turn 3, your leader's swinging for 30. You're able to generate a massive amount of advantage by drawing, and that's it. So we're going to pass here. Hopefully we survive. We're going to combo away our Mai here. We only need to send this Mai to the drop area, but the rest can be Z battled, Z energied. So we're going to, pretty much charge this one and then charge this one in the event that, we need to, let it go away. Okay, so we have already done that, and then we're going to keep our boards alive just to show you guys so we have some space here. We're going to take our turn again. Let's just say that they actually hit us for 1, and we homicidal clone to protect one of these guys. Okay, so we go down to 4 life, so our Paragus is alive. So now on turn 4 is when things get pretty much Vegito-y. Okay, so at this point in time, we can rest the Mai to generate us a token, but we don't need any more tokens at this point. And plus, we want to protect our Mai anyway. So at this point, what we're going to do is try to go into the Vegito here, so we can swing in with a 20k here, being able to do double strike damage, and then we can pay the 2 energy to play the Vegito on top. So that's what we can do here. When we play the Vegito on top, what he does is he can KO an opponent's battle card when he swings. So what you can do here is attack with him. Let's see if we have 10, we have 3, and we have 5, so it's 8. So we can actually generate another token if we want. Yeah, we can generate another token using the Mai ability, and then we could probably play swinging with our leader, and then play another Mai. Let's play a Mai here from the drop, and then this is going to allow us to double draw. So now we have a total of, what is it, 6, 7? Is that 7? This is getting messy. I hate being messy. Okay, so we're going to multiply this card with this Mai ability. So now we have 7, and then we have 11. So when this Vegito is in rest mode, we can attack with him and then restand him using his own ability, and then your opponent's going to discard a card from their hand. And then now we have a 25k attacker that attacked twice. And then this Trunks here is going to be able to rest one of the Earthling tokens to draw a card, and then combo a thing from the rest from the drop area. So let's just combo away a Vegeta, so we have more Z energy. Okay, and then from there, pretty much we just pass, or we can pay 1 more energy to play our Goku here, and then it's going to do the same thing as Trunks did, and also remove markers. So the Majin Buu Unison is actually losing a lot of power because of this deck, so we can do that. But we're drawing a lot of our healing pods we don't need, but we only have 12 cards left on our deck. As you can see, this deck is able to draw a lot of cards, and it's crazy how much it draws, and is also able to generate so much board pressure for little energy. It's actually insane how crazy this deck is. So on our next turn, for the sake of learning, we're not going to pretend. We're going to pretend our opponent just didn't do anything, and then we're just going to take our turn again. We're going to go into 11 cards, so you have to be careful here that by turn 5 you have to finish the game. So what we're going to do here is pay the 2 energy to play the Trunks here, and then the Trunks here is able to make the next Z extra in your battle area reduced by 1. So what we're going to do is reduce the cost of the Z extra, which is called the Final Hope / Humanity Secret Weapon, and we're going to reduce it to 1. So we're going to pay the 1 energy to play it, and then this means that you have to send 2 things to the drop area to do so. Okay, and then from there you can attack with him by resting 4 Earthling tokens or 3 Earthling tokens if your opponent has if you have 3 or 4 more energy. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to pretty much before you do that, you're going to activate the main of this, which means you have to rest 4 Earthling tokens. 1, 2, or no, you have to rest 3. Sorry. So you rest 3 Earthling tokens, and this means that your opponent can't counter. But in order to do this ability, your opponent has to have 4 more energy, which they will. And then from there, what you can use is this ability here on the activate battle to give them triple strike and then plus 5k. So already off to a good start. And then they can't counter this guy, so he's hitting for 35k base. You're probably going to KO a blocker if there is a blocker on the board, and then so that's 35k base. Most likely you're going to win. But if you have not won this game, you can pay the 1 energy to play the Cell Max. So yeah, I think we've gone through all of the cards in this archetype except for Mai, but there's no really need to know what the Mai does. It just generates us an Earthling token, and when it attacks, it just KOs at 3 or less, and it gets 11k. So if you guys really want to play it, just play it. But most of the time, you're just going to be relying on these two guys to draw you cards. So aftermath thoughts of this deck, it's a really strong deck, but it loses really hard to Dark Power's Black Mass Saiyan. So they're able to install that card right away. Then you're going to be losing a lot of cards out of your hand because the token generating ability of Mai is going to make you discard a lot of cards. But maybe you don't care because you can draw later. So if you can find a way to clear the Black Mass Saiyan, that's why I upped the Vegeta. Where's the Vegeta at? So this Vegeta here, I play 4 copies of this guy in the event that I want to open up with this guy, right? And then being able to rest an Earthling token and then KO that Black Mass Saiyan. So that's pretty much the reason why I play 4 copies of that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. That was the gameplay video, pretty much showing you and demonstrating to you that this deck is very viable for the next set, and I expect this deck to be tier 1 plus. So we'll see what happens, and hopefully you guys are able to take some things. You guys have been properly informed. All right, see you guys in the next one. Peace.